Hello, rally car fans and 187 scale HO collectors. So we got the Fiat 131 Abarth rally cars here, done by Brekina. Uh, both of these cars ran in 1980 in the Rally Championship. Walter Royal won the championship, but this livery isn't what's known as the white and blue livery that's more popular than this Warsteiner. But this particular livery did win a rally, Hansruck Rally. I don't know what country that's in. This livery is Michelle Mouton. She came in third place in the Monte Carlo rally. I think that's what these photos are from. It's funny. Look how narrow the tires are to try to get through the snow and onto the whatever hard ground is underneath there. So very cool. I wish she was my girlfriend. That would have been cool to have a girlfriend that was a professional rally racer. Different era though. Okay, so let's take a look at these things. So 187 scale, quite small, but this is a real hobby scale. You know, it's for model train collecting. It's not 164, which is a toy scale still. It's getting better, but you know, Hot Wheels collectors are ruining that hobby. You know, asking for Hot Wheels features, rolling models, opening panels, and die-cast this and that. Whereas, you know, real hobbyists know that a plastic model is going to always be better at detail than metal-bodied models. Alright, I used to actually collect 187 scales a long time ago, long before the 164 scale stuff, but I moved countries, so I sold most of them off. It's kind of hard to compare it to photographs, something this small, but let's see if we can do it. Okay, so the actual front end of this thing is not the exact as this photograph. This is more like the press promo kind of thing. That's another nice thing. A lightweight body, lightweight model, doesn't break as easily as something, you know, made of heavy metal that paint won't chip. It costs less money to ship, so. And there's no paint rash from plastic bodies. Okay, well, yeah, I guess they look good enough. I don't know, you have to pause the video and ask yourself. Well, now this is in my hand, I'll just review this one. Well, that's the bottom of these things look like. So it tells you the brand Brekina, it tells you the scale, and it tells you what it is. So that's what I want to know. It actually does have treaded tires. They're so small. I mean, this is a toothpick I'm holding, so. And these are actually rubbery tires. I thought they would be plastic, but no, they're rubber. Now, the wheels, of course, are not as detailed as a larger scale model. The little 4 spokes and lug nut holes, I guess it's okay for something this small. But the body of the car, you'll notice, these are all tampo prints. They're not decals. So that's why I'm so angry in a lot of the 164 videos. Why is it something this small uses paint for all of its graphics instead of using a decal that's going to have air pockets, look wrinkly, and bubble and peel off the model in the future? So again, this is hobby grade, not toy grade or cost-cutting grade. There's even a graphic on the window printed on. I don't know if you can make it out. I don't know why that giant box would be there, but well, I'm at 4 times magnification, so I can't make that out. But the other graphics, yeah, you can see the racers' names there on the door. That stripe's a little pixelated there. Anyways, let's see. This little reflector bump is painted orange properly. There's some sort of yellow bump here, and I do see it on the rear photograph. Some sort of additional light, maybe. Some sort of black and gray graphic that I also see. So I don't know why it's there, but it's there. That paint wasn't applied as well as it could be. Here we have a raised... Oh, this is part of the body, and then the windows are inside. So what's going on here? There's a black paint for the molding on this window piece. And there's also a side mirror. It's weird, though. It's, I think, actually going into the clear window piece and not on the actual body. I don't know if that's how the real car was. I don't know. All I know is the other side shouldn't have a mirror. It's just this one side. Okay. Going around to the front. So you have 4 clear fog lights, but the headlights are just painted silver. So that's unfortunate those aren't clear. This thing is actually legible, this Fiat badge. The ribbing there is okay. This tab is, I think, what's holding the base down in place. And then I think those are, I don't know, I don't see those on the photographs. Or maybe I see it on the front image. Yeah, I think they're probably turn signals, but they should be clear. So maybe those could have been painted silver. This license plate, I assume, matches the real car. I'll go to the back and compare and find out. There's even black paint in this little vent. Black paint on these vents. And again, tampo printing. This is actually legible. 1980. Oh, that's missing a 0 on that side, though. Alright, a little black paint there. Tampo printed here. Molded in wiper blades. Now, these wiper blades are too small, though. You know, they're not going to sweep the whole thing. I don't know why they would make those so small. I mean, it's the same piece of plastic. They could have easily made those bigger wiper blades for almost no difference in cost. These graphics seem okay. This little wing thing is a separate piece and it's got graphics, although it's kind of scratched. Alrighty, this side I guess is alright. The door handle's sticking up a little bit. Yeah, so I guess the paint is not applied perfectly in a lot of spaces, and maybe that's a trade-off for something this small. Alright, a little exhaust there. You're not going to have hollow tubes this small. Oh boy. Yeah, that just broke. So very delicate. I'm going to have to glue that later. I thought it was flexible, but it's not. So these are actually clear taillights with a really good color separation. That's pretty impressive. That printing all looks good. And this license plate, yeah, it matches the rear photograph. Alright, all this printing seems alright. Some bumperettes, or maybe those are lights or something. I don't know what they are. Alright. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, there's no screw holding it together. It's just that little tab in the front. I don't know what's holding the back end together. I don't see anything sticking through here. I thought it'd be like a little tab sticking through. But it's really impressive. The thing has clear lights front and rear. There's a fuel filler here. So this molding is not just a road car with a tacked on wing. It's specific to racing. And the interior as well. Some sort of cross brace it looks like. The tops of the rear shocks, I guess. And there's a whole roll cage in here. Alright, that's pretty impressive. Again, this is a small model. Now the steering wheel, though, is really big. Unnecessarily large, I think. Let me get a flashlight. That's way too bright. It does seem to have racing seats. Headrest. I think the driver's seat has a higher headrest than the navigator. Focus again. Yeah, those are actually 2 different molded seats. Interesting. They would go through that effort. This does have a mirror on this side, but I don't see it on the photograph. Or maybe other races they ran 2 mirrors. I don't know. It's quite interesting. There's a pretty well detailed race interior on this thing. Some gauges in the middle of the dashboard. Alright, that's that one. Let's see what this one looks like. I'll start with the interior since there I have the flashlight. Maybe we can see this one better. What? Does this have different seats? No. No, same seats. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see through molded windows. Alright, it's fine. Let's see if the printing's a little better on this. Again, it's all tampo painted. It's not decals. I missed the vent here on the first one. This so far looks better. It's covering up most of the plastic. Wheels and tires are the same. Yeah, this whole front end is the same. Even that little Fiat thing there. Little bump. This one's painted silver. Yeah, this one's painted a lot better. Maybe that's the fuel filler. Both mirrors on both sides. What rally is this? Is it Hansruk? I think that says Hansruk Rally, so this is the livery that won that race. So very cool. Yeah, printing up here. Nicely done striping up there. Okay, just a lot of colors, a lot of detail. Oh, be careful of that. Very, very fragile. This is fine there. And yeah, the clear taillight's looking good. So I'm pretty sure this license plate matches the real car. Very, very neat. I can't believe it has rubber tires. So, a couple other rally cars in this scale. Spark model made masterpieces in 187. It's a shame, I used to have a bunch of these, but I sold them off. But this is the next year's Monte Carlo winner. Yeah, but look, the antenna, the clear lights, 6 of them up front, maybe 8 actually. Tail lights as well, all that interior harnesses. I mean, it's crazy how good these are. But they're like $100 or more now on eBay, and they're awesome. But I don't know if I want to spend $100 on something that small. This says like M&P on the bottom or GNP, so I have no clue what brand it is, but it's a die-cast Mini Cooper. It does have plastic lights, the main lights at least, but painted tail lights. I guess for a die-cast it's pretty good, but it's getting paint rash. Red paint and die-cast don't mix well, so that's the problem with die-cast, paint rash. But plastic doesn't give you that. There's no weird chemical reaction going on in the material, it seems. Yeah, this literally has these tiny lights in the back. Those spark balls are fantastic. Alright, so yeah, they're quite small. Most of my car reviews are 164, so we have these two Kyoshos here. This is the Alitalia and the livery that's more well known. I think these are the two most well known liveries for the 131. There is another 164 brand that's no longer around, CM's model, CM apostrophe S, and it's a different scaling. I don't know which is more accurate. I have to assume the Kyoshis are more accurate. This is a little exaggerated. But essentially, the details you'd find in these die-cast Kyoshos, they're all in these little cars. I mean, well, these have clear forehead lights, so that is just painted, so a little less detail after all. And definitely the wheels on the 164 scale are going to be better because they're just bigger. But I'm really, really impressed with the printing on that thing. I mean, so many colors. I mean, these are great too. These are all tampo printed, I think. At least the Kyoshis are. The CMs, no, that's all tampo printed also. So, very neat. In fact, I'm going to move these over to this winter coaster. So 187, if you're low on space and you still want highly detailed models, 187 is the way to go. But they're expensive. It's a hobby grade. It doesn't come with the land of Hot Wheels and making 600 million of the same casting kind of thing. So be mindful of that. But I think, as you can see, they're well done. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to collect more of them or not. Maybe. We'll have to see what happens in the future. I know there's a vast pool of models. Possibly, I'm pretty sure there's more castings in 187 than there are in 164, if you exclude Hot Wheels, which aren't really realistic looking. There are so many obscure cars you can buy in this HO scale. And then also you can start collecting trucks and large vehicles because they're simply smaller models. Alright, so Herpa is probably the most popular brand in this particular segment, this scale. But Brekina's been around for a long time as well. Alright, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next small car video.